Navaratri literally means 9 nights. Every month, after the no moon day or the Amavasya, after that, days are counted. Ninth day is called Navami. These 9 days are considered feminine. See, the worship of the feminine was prevalent right across the planet at one time. But unfortunately, certain very ambitious approach to even religion, like with everything else, conquest became the mode. When conquest became the mode, they burned the feminine out of the planet. We made it like masculine is the only way to be successful. And we have compelled even women to become very masculine today in their attitude and approach and emotion and thought, because somewhere we have made everybody understand masculine is the only way to success, conquest is the way. Conquest is not the way, to embrace is the way. You're trying to conquer the planet, that's what has led to all the disaster. If feminine was more dominant factor, or at least evenly balanced, I don't think you would have any ecological disaster, because feminine and earth worship came together, always. Those cultures which looked upon earth as mother and was in a worshipful attitude towards that, they never caused too much damage to the environment around them. Only those who saw conquest as a way of life, that is where this happened. After doing all this damage to the planet, still half the people cannot even eat properly. There is enough food on the planet, but half the people cannot eat properly. If feminine was dominant, the population would eat for sure. If feminine was dominant, compassion and love and aesthetics would be dominant, not conquest.
Little over 200 years, over 6 million women were burnt as witches in Europe alone. Yeah. When they gain momentum. Because these are all women who had some capability. Once they have some capability, people will gather around them. Once people gather around somebody and find solutions, you cannot organize your project. So, they gave them the most horrible punishment of being burnt alive, so that this will go down. But still it lived for over 200 years, they had to kill a few million to put it down. So the feminine expressing anything, it's gone. Probably India and a few other Asian countries are the only countries where still feminine is under worship. Otherwise, if you look at the ancient temples in Europe, Arabia, everywhere, they're full of goddess temples. What is the significance of this? Is it just about gender business? No. It is about viewing life in a more balanced way, which is most important. It's not about man versus woman. It's about seeing life more holistically, not in a skewed way. It's a terrible history, last 1600 years. As far as women are concerned, last 1600 years have been one of the worst times in the history of humanity for women.
So when the feminine is on, the Devis thing is on, so that is why in the tradition, up to Navami, all the worship is for the Devi. After that, things will change. Particularly in the tradition that comes from Kashmir, which is a very strong feminine worshipping culture, Devi process, and very feminine-oriented practices, very powerful things were done. There are every Navami, that is every 9 days in this 12 months that is going on, they are dedicated to different devis. The one that comes now, which is called the Dasara, or the Navaratri as it's largely celebrated, this is dedicated to Devi Sharada. This was considered most important because Sharada is the goddess of learning. So among the various things that a human being can do, this tradition held learning as the most important that a human being can do. He can fight, he can win, he can conquer, he can run. But the most important thing that a human being can do is they can learn. That is the significant aspect of who we are. Other creatures can run faster than us, they're stronger than us, they can do many things that we cannot do, but they can't learn like us. So this Navaratri, which is coming now, is dedicated to Sharada Devi, the goddess of learning, because this is unique to us. This is the pride of being human, that you can learn just about anything. If you're willing, you can learn. Even if they are willing, the other creatures cannot learn. So this is the most significant Navaratri dedicated to Sharada, and you must prepare learning something.
Namaste Mahayogini Jnana Rupe